Part 5, I believe this might be the last part, so I'll try to keep the answers short. Tutor interview questionnaire, part 5. Question 17. Do you think online tutoring by a teacher is effective as face-to-face tutoring by a teacher? Why or why not? No, online tutoring by a teacher I don't believe is more effective. I believe face-to-face tutoring is better, and because tutoring is basically, and teaching is full of psychology. We are in tune with our students, and we know when they are being active learners and not being active learners, and if the tutoring was done online, it's very hard to tell. Question 18. How do you think tutors can best teach parents to help students to preserve at home and be a contributing factor in the effectiveness of the tutoring session with the student? So tutors, part of the alternative program, Alternatives Unlimited, was that we had to give the parents a weekly, no, I believe it was a monthly report, and then at the end of the report we would give a suggestion of how the parent could help out. And for language arts, basically it was to not only assign reading to the child, but also monitor the reading and ask a question or two, even if the parent did not read the book. For math, one of these suggestions was to give timed questions, and so that way the student would get better with time and become quicker at their skill. Question 19. What do you think are some of the challenges of tutoring parents in general? What do you think specifically are some of the challenges to tutoring parents in subjects such as Algebra 1? I haven't tutored parents, but I think that'd be great. I mean, if I did have one family in which the mother would sit at the table, not the entire hour that I would tutor, but pretty much the first 20 minutes. And she was actually getting a lesson and was learning along with her son. So it also was a way of putting an emphasis and importance in education. I think tutoring parents would be great, especially with algebra and all the terminology in English. Question 20. How do you think private tutoring can be made more affordable for students that are minorities or from a lower social economic background? Like mentioned before, I believe that the tutoring should be offered to all students, not just the low performing students. I feel that that way we can hit all students, even the ones that are above poverty guidelines, but still don't have enough money to seek out private tutoring. And I also believe that the SES federal grant should give more consideration to nonprofits like mine. But that's just an opinion. And question 21. Do you think tutoring is necessary for all students? Oh, for success for all students. If not, then what attributes do you think students possess who don't need tutoring and are successful in school? I believe all students need tutoring. All students have something to improve on. And I believe it's necessary. And it should be offered and available to all students who are willing to improve anything they need help with. Question 22. What happens if the tutorial method or philosophy is a mismatch with that of the teacher's pedagogical style? That is, I think it can be harmful to the student. Um, Not that the philosophy has to match, but that the concepts match. Um, if the tutor can provide a tip that would help the child understand or become a faster reader or understand what they're reading, then I believe that having a mismatch is okay. But if it's a mismatch that strays away the student's concentration on what they're supposed to be doing in the classroom, that can affect their learning and also their grades. Question 23. Which pedagogical style do you think is more aligned to the Common Core standards, and how should tutors modify their style according to their support students? I definitely believe in scaffolding, building upon what the student already knows. And that can be aligned with Common Core standards, basically because the objectives usually are similar, even if we're teaching a brand new part of a concept. And so basically, yeah, scaffolding would be one of the styles that I prefer as well. Question 24. How do you think teachers and tutors can work together better to support students, their families, and their peers with instructions? When I was doing my student teaching back in 2010, the tutoring program was actually run by the school, and the director of the tutoring program was the school librarian. And I felt that that system worked well because the tutors actually came inside the teacher's classroom. Now, the teacher did not have to be in the classroom, but they could also be there and as supervisors, not necessarily, but more as an ear to what the tutor was teaching her own students. And I found that beneficial to that specific classroom. And that would be nice if that's how most tutoring programs were run. However, we have private companies now that have their own way of tutoring. And that was all of the questions. If you need anything else, just let me know. And I'm sorry for recording on video and not typing this down. And that's it.